This past week, I experienced something that I think many of us as adults experience pretty regularly, but tend to brush over. And that was how it can be often very uncomfortable to learn something new. And now this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you know it as I say it, and I know it as I say it. And yet, we do this to ourselves. We make ourselves feel less than because we have to learn something new. So let's get into it. Hey there, it's Lorna here, and welcome to Sunday Strides, a quick little chat that will hopefully set your next week up to be as great as it can possibly be for you and your horse. So I was learning how to use a new piece of technology. Now, that was not just it. I was also learning how to experience watching myself on video, something that I don't really like. I don't know, some people might love that. I don't, hey? It doesn't feel good. I don't like it, I notice. And I think we all do that. Or maybe we don't. But anyway, I do. I tend to nitpick all the things about myself that I really don't enjoy. And for me, it was the animated arms. Oh, holy moly. But anyway, I was learning how to work this new piece of technology and it felt so uncomfortable. It felt, I don't know, just not nice. And as I was in the thick of it, luckily I was surrounded by some fantastic people who were helping me. But as I was in the thick of it, I kind of thought, I think really this is something that so many riders are faced with regularly, because for whatever reason, we've almost been conditioned that as adults, we should know all of the things, which again is ridiculous. You were not born knowing all of the things, eh? And we're almost conditioned that to learn something new is a little bit of a weakness, which is absolutely, completely contrary to what it is. Learning something new, putting yourself out there, figuring it out is actually a sign of strength and growth and you being great and wanting to improve yourself. But when we avoid this discomfort that comes, well, not all the time, but that often comes with learning something new, especially once maybe the initial beginner's enthusiasm begins to wear off. When we begin to avoid that discomfort, we're holding ourselves back from so much more as riders and holding our horses back as well, I would say. So where I felt it this week setting up the Pivo, okay, you may have also felt it maybe when it comes to being in the saddle. It could be maybe riding a new movement or a new exercise, or maybe learning how to refine your aids a little bit more. So you're kind of transitioning from the obvious aids to the more subtle aids. It could be trying to develop a new habit. And we need to develop the mindset as riders that we're all the time learning, that there's no end product, that there's no finish line that we cross and congratulate ourselves and say, well, there we go now, I know it all. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work like that. Just being in a relationship with a horse, and even if you do not have one specific horse that you're working with, if you're working with lots of different horses, maybe you're in a riding school setting, or maybe you're training and selling on, or whatever the situation is, every horse has this relationship with you. And as the rider, I feel it's our responsibility to, develop the relationship as best we can. And that's all about learning. That's all about learning about that horse and how to communicate effectively with that horse. So we need to be willing as riders to learn, and then very often to relearn and to revisit. I spoke about it on Tuesday in the episode. We're all the time upgrading, we're evolving, we're changing, we're refining, we're doing things better because now we know more. And I think it's such an important concept to hold on to this week as you go forward with the week. Now, what I'm going to suggest you do is, if you can, try and figure out one thing that you've been putting off doing or finding out more about or learning more about with your horse, because it feels a little new and uncomfortable, and maybe you feel I don't know, some level of less thanness around it. Figure out what it is. And then I want you this week to take one small step. You don't have to read the whole book, okay? You don't have to know the whole thing. Just take a step in the direction that you begin to find out more and to learn more about that. And whether it is, the step could be actually getting into the nitty-gritty in the arena with your horse. I don't know what it is for you. If you would like more help with things like this, you've got to join us inside of Daily Strides Premium. We are every single week working on ways to help riders to develop their riding skills, but also their relationship with their horse. We've groundwork, we have riding, we have planning and reviewing sessions, we have Q&As, we have all the things. I would love to have you in there. You can find out all the details over at stridesforsuccess.com/DSP. So remember, this week, as you go into it, choose one thing and then really, really make an effort. And it may be an uncomfortable effort, hey? But make an effort. Usually it's just a mental discomfort, hey? So make an effort to do that, to take an action towards that this week with your horse. Okay, I will see you on Tuesday for the regular episode of the Daily Strides podcast. Have a fantastic week and I'll chat to you then. Be good. Bye.